"Yes, son, I do," said Sir Hector, bringing the weary messenger a bowl of food. "I was young once, too, and wanted to show the world my knighthood. But this sword-pulling contest, do you wish to be king, as well?" he asked Kay with a smile. "To prove myself on the field of battle is my dream," said Kay. "Please remember that, my son," said Sir Hector. "Pursuing one's goals with integrity is all that matters. Now go find Arthur so that we may prepare to leave. London is a long way off." Arthur had wandered off alone, as he often did after finishing his chores. He was as devoted as ever to being a good squire for his brother. But, after all, Kay was Sir Kay now, and he rarely had anything to say to his younger brother except to bark orders at him. Arthur didn't mind, though. He was happy just to watch Kay practice and to dream of someday riding beside him in battle. He was in the woods now, when Kay came through the meadows to find him. "Arthur, come quickly," he shouted. "We're leaving for London at once. There's a big tournament. Here's your chance to show me what a good squire you can be. Hurry." Arthur stood silently for a moment. He had never been more than a few miles from his home. Was he daydreaming? Or was he really going to London to help Sir Kay bring honor and glory to their family as the whole world looked on? He ran back home, doubting his own ears. He reached the courtyard and saw Sir Hector preparing their horses for the journey. All of Britain seemed to be making its way to London town that Christmas. Kings and dukes, barons, counts and countesses set out for the great contest. Sir Hector was pleased to see old friends and fellow knights. Sir Kay was eager to register for the contest. As Sir Hector and his sons made their way through the city streets, a glint of sunlight on steel caught Arthur's eye. How odd, he thought. A sword in the stone, surrounded by guards. London is so full of wonders. At dawn, all contestants were called to the tournament. In Sir Hector's tent, Arthur prepared Kay for the tournament. Sir Hector stood and watched his son. Silently they embraced, mounted their horses, and headed for the tournament grounds. The stadium for the event was the grandest ever built. Never had there been so many lords and ladies in the history of England. In the central place of honor sat the Archbishop. Patiently, he greeted each king and noble as they came to kiss his hand. "I should do this more often," he chuckled to himself. The first event was the mock battle. The contestants were divided into two teams, the Reds and the Greens. Sir Kay was with the Reds, who gathered at the southern end of the field, while their opponents took the north. Everyone looked to the Archbishop for a signal. Slowly, he raised his handkerchief, paused, and lowered it. From either end of the field, thousands of horse hoofs shook the ground. The audience gasped, and a few ladies fainted. Sir Kay unseated two of the Greens. The next round would be with swords. Sir Kay was appointed captain of his team for having done so well in the first round. Sir Kay went to Arthur. "I need my sword, Arthur," he said, taking his helmet off. "Your sword, of course," said Arthur. He turned to get it, but then stopped suddenly. Where was the sword? He scanned the little tent with its collection of weapons. Spear, halberd, mace, but no sword. "Excuse me, Kay," said Arthur, "could you use a battle axe?" "Arthur, please." "My sword," said Sir Kay. "We haven't much time." "Of course, Kay. But just a moment," I'll finish polishing it, said Arthur, slipping out through the slit in their tent. Quickly he landed on his pony's back and galloped back to their camp. Sword. Sword. Where did I put that sword? He said to himself, desperately searching through the chests and bags. But to no avail. How could this happen? He thought, Kay without a sword, and the whole world watching. Then a thought struck him, Kay will not be without a sword today. I know where I can get one. A few minutes later, he came to the churchyard where the sword in the stone stood. There wasn't a guard in sight, even they had gone to the tournament. Okay, we'll see if this sword can be unstuck, he whispered. He stretched out his arm until his fingers touched the hilt. Hey, it's looser than I thought. As the pony stepped back a few paces, Artur pulled out the sword. He looked down in wonder at the mighty blade in his hand. This isn't any sword. Perhaps it's something the church provides for needy strangers. Yes, that must be it. Well, I'll return it after the tournament. Someone else may need it. Thank you, sword, for saving me, he said, pressing its cross to his lips.